Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Give me some of that dating foolishness.
Will do, sir.
Claudia, she talked about young men. She said a lot of the young men, are on her, but she feels like the young men just want to smash.
They do. And the old men. And the medium
What
men.
advice could
"50-year-old Claudia Jordan. Young and old men just wanna smash." Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. For this episode, we go to the Breakfast Club. Devon Franklin was a guest on the show, and they asked some dating advice for the 50-year-old Claudia Jordan. And it's interesting that it's Claudia Jordan because when Kevin Samuels died, she and her 50-plus-year-old single queens had something to say about it. Let's refresh your memory.
I'm going to say this, and people can be mad at me if they want to. I think just because someone passes on, it doesn't mean we just, now we can't say anything negative or honest about you. Okay, you died. Guess what? Every single person in all these squares and everybody watching is going to die. So we can't be held accountable for the things that we said while we were alive. Listen, I think he has some very valid points. I think people are very unrealistic about relationships. I think a lot of women and a lot of men are. It's not a woman thing and it's not a man thing. But he just so happened to pop when he started coming for Black women, because he did start off being negative towards Black men, and people weren't really trying to hear that. Brothers weren't trying to hear about themselves, but what they were trying to hear about was how it's the women's fault.
Interesting.
So then he blew up, and then our dumbasses went and supported him. You know what I mean? And then he made, I heard, like up to $3 million off of his YouTube and all that from said Black women. So I think, again, I think there is a place for people like Kevin Samuels to say, listen, you're being unrealistic. You have nothing you're bringing to the table, and you want this high value man, although Kevin Samuels himself was not a high value man while you playing, okay? He just, he looked the part. And
Not even playing.
I want you to keep this clip in mind because we'll come back to this later. So let's chant. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we manning.
It just feels like some of the men that she's been dealing with haven't had the time and the effort to put into Claudia. She talked about young men. She said a lot of the young men, are on her, but she feels like the young men just want to smash.
they do. And the old men. And the medium
What advice
men.
could you give our sister Claudia Jordan?
Tell me what you're looking for.
Someone that doesn't lie. When I was younger, the checklist was really long, and I'm looking for integrity, someone that doesn't lie so much. A person of their word. That seems to be really hard to find nowadays. And they always come in hot with me. It's always, it's too good to be true, blah, 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 and I want to get married. And then the reality of it, they can't sustain the day-to-day calling back when they say, or whatever. So I guess I'm no one's priority.
Like the other day, somebody hit her at 10 p.m. and was like, "Hey, what you doing, big head?" And then she was like, "Whatever." And then she was like, "What you wearing?" Like, it was no, "Can we go out?"
It felt very sexual. It felt like that's it.
Right.
Which we're going to get to that. If I like you, we're going to get there. Relax, but don't leave with that.
Her checklist was long when she was younger, but at 50 years old, the game ain't the same. I've said it many times on this channel. Most women are boring. I understand that this statement is hard to comprehend for some guys because the little head has the tendency to take over rational thought. We made a video about post-nut clarity, and if you have experience with women, you kind of stay in that post-nut mindset. Remember this clip?
Leads me to my second point. This is gonna be backwards for you guys. Make plans. Make a plan.
Women always expect you to entertain them. You have to make plans. You have to make her feel good. And men are willing to do the most ridiculous things just to
smash.
Now here lies the problem. Once you get what you wanted, that post-nut clarity kicks in, and now you're gonna realize that this woman is not very interesting at all. If it wasn't for the punani and the ability to bear children, a lot of guys would not even talk to the female. That's why I don't feel sorry for these women, because what's happening now is self-inflicted. Women allow access to the punani without commitment. So don't expect men to commit just for the punani. Sex is overrated.
One adjustment might be, instead of having like what you're looking for, what you're ready to receive. because the looking it enhances the absence of it. Whereas when I'm ready to receive, I'm ready to allow what is coming into my life. And I know that sounds like a small thing, but it's a major thing, because people can feel that looking spirit. Again, not saying you have that, I'm saying, but a lot of times you're out there looking for love. People can feel that and they're like, versus like, I'm going to stand in my power, I'm going to stand in my truth, and I'm ready to receive the right person.
Devon is talking about the invisible orbiters, the guys in the friend zone, the guys that are too nice, the guys that are driving the bus. Ebony K. Williams. Men with options are most likely not gonna commit to a 50-year-old woman, and you know these career women don't make the best girlfriends, especially if they make a lot of money.
I'm actually really doing that though in real life, because after
Love
my
that.
last breakup, I said I'm giving myself 6 months.
Okay.
Where now I'm not even considering anyone for that. Like I have to just like have space.
Yeah.
And let that good energy come over to me, because
Right on.
I do agree with you. It does give desperate vibes.
Right. Right.
You were kind of low key in a church way, call me desperate. I felt that.
No, never that. Never that. Never that.
He said it in such a
No,
polished,
didn't say that.
Devon, we understand that you have to be politically correct, and that's why men come to this space to get some of those red pill vitamins. Remember the clip we showed you in the beginning of this video? All of these women had a problem with the way Kevin Samuels addressed some of these women. I'm saying some of these women, because most of these wall hitters only watched highlights, and they admit it. They never watched the full show, but knew exactly what was going on. It's called context. Kevin Samuels was talking about high value men. The women that called into his show were looking to date high value men. Not only looking, but felt entitled to a high value man. This is exactly why the way Devon Franklin is talking to these women is not effective. Women in their 50s are not supposed to date. However, if they are in a position that they still need to date, you have to keep it 100. Fairy tale is over. You will have to work harder than ever in your entire life, and you'll have to drop those unrealistic expectations. Look at this panel. Look at this panel. They are all a shell of themselves and single. A big reason why is because they don't want to hear the truth, especially when the message is delivered by a brother. How are you going to heal if you can't admit that you have a problem? Sugarcoating the message is just going to make them feel good in the moment, but it will only continue this vicious cycle. Of course, Claudia Jordan is desperate. She hit the wall. When women hit the wall, panic kicks in. Remember what she said? When she was younger, her checklist was long. Can't have a long checklist without brothers checking for you. The wall hits harder on women who are used to getting a lot of attention from men, but who have also built their careers based on their looks. These women are the first to notice when things are different. So yes, she's desperate, and she's probably wondering if she's gonna die alone. We're gonna focus on Devon Franklin for a bit.
Does it upset you when you see her out and about with Jonathan Majors?
Upset me? No. If she's happy, that's a blessing.
Wow, you've done a lot
That's
of
a
work.
grown man,
I need
man.
to be like that.
I want to give credit to Devon Franklin for handling this as a champ. One of my favorite videos on this channel is the video, "She Cheated on You, Now What?" It helped a lot of guys, and the comment section is full of men telling their story of how they were cheated on by their girlfriend or wife. What Devon Franklin displays right here is that he is in a better place. He allowed himself to grieve. It's natural to feel hurt, angry, and betrayed, but give yourself permission to experience these emotions and acknowledge that it's okay to feel this way. Take time to heal. Healing takes time, so be patient with yourself. Devon Franklin said he has professional help. He still has professional help. If you find it challenging to cope with the emotions or struggle to move forward, consider seeking the help of a therapist or counselor. They can provide guidance, support, and strategies to help you navigate the healing process. Look for a good one, please. This is serious, guys. There's nothing wrong with getting some professional help. What's going on between Jonathan and Megan Good is nothing to worry about. We all know this was gonna happen after the divorce. They got divorced for a reason. The best revenge is to live your best life and be happy.
Because I think most people would be like, damn, I hope he doesn't get the next movie. I hope the next movie flops. Like, there's a little bit of hate. There's a little
but
bit.
here's the thing. Whatever, if that was the case, so if I had that perspective, whatever I'm putting out, that's what's coming back.
Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.